going to pop you here. I feel like we need to have a catch up because we're not going to have a live update on this week's podcast because I'm recording it with my housemates, which is exciting. But if you have been watching the podcast recently or listening to it, I feel like you'll know I just haven't been feeling 10 out of 10 recently. I'm going to do my skincare at the same time. I just haven't been feeling... Oh, sorry. I just haven't been... I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Let's try again. I just haven't been feeling my absolute best recently. I've been feeling very, very burnt out and very tearful all of the time. And it's not been very fun. It's made me feel quite anxious. It's made me feel quite overwhelmed. It's made me question what I'm doing, question everything about myself. And I feel like me going away skiing was like the perfect time to have a break and to have a step away. If anything, because it made me come up with new routines for my life. It made me think when I step away, what things do I need to change to make better? What things aren't working right now and why aren't they working right now? And how can I make them? I'm trying to make it a bit brighter for you, but we might just have to deal. And what things can I make to make my routine better? And so far, I have felt happier this week and I haven't felt as burnt out and I have felt more on top of everything and just happy. I left work feeling happy. I started my days feeling mostly happy. I still wake up and I still feel quite anxious when I wake up. But I think I might have always felt that way. I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember a time where I haven't felt anxious about anything. I think I could be stressed about the smallest thing, and it's learning to rationalise that part of my brain that not everything is an absolute fight or flight disaster. And so I've been implementing new things this week, which have made a massive difference. And I'm going to report it back properly next week. Also, I got the Laneige lip mask. It's incredible. You get a little scooper to dig it out with, but I can't find mine right now. So I'm going to use a hair clip. That's a similar type of idea, isn't it? Like a scooper thing. There we go. Oh no, now it's on the inside. Oh shit. That didn't really work, but the thing that I'm starting to realise is that I need to actively manage my life. That if I just let my brain do what it wants to do, bad routines, very, very bad routines, very impulsive, just doing the thing that I think is better rather than actually thinking of the long term. And I think there's about a lot of things I've just rushed into them. And I think it's the right decision when actually it's not the right decision. And so little things that I've been implementing are, in the morning, I don't need to have 1,000 things on my go. I don't need to have 1,000 different tasks. I don't need to be doing absolutely everything for everyone. I don't need to record a TikTok, post it, vlog, YouTube. I don't need to journal. I don't need to, coming back to that, I don't need to go to the gym. I don't need to do all of these things. It's okay just to wake up. Waking up is enough of an activity and getting ready for work is enough of an activity, because I realised this morning routine that I've maybe been trying to force myself to have for maybe 10 years. Oh my God, maybe 10 years. A decade. I'm getting older and it's grossing me out big time, really big time grossing me out. The thing that I'm realising is that maybe that morning routine whole thing doesn't work for me. Maybe doing a billion trillion things in the morning doesn't work for me, and that doesn't make me a bad person, and it doesn't make me unproductive, and it doesn't make me useless, which is what I always felt like. I felt like, sorry. I felt like not being able to do those things just made me just not good enough. I felt like I needed to complete all these tasks in order to be functional. And I remember on the podcast me talking about yeah, I'm going to go to the gym in the morning, I'm going to be that person. I was exhausted and I burnt myself out doing that. And now I've realised that going to the gym after work is just as good. I don't need to spend as much time rushing. It's important to take the joy in the smaller, slower things, because that's what I'm realising when you're working full time. You don't have as much free time as you do when you're on holiday. Of course you don't. And so you need to make the most of that time, what you do have. You need to make the most of the time where you are quieter and still. And having slow mornings has been massive. Not forcing myself to have a routine that I think I should have when that routine doesn't work for me. Because I also realised when I leave work, when I was coming straight back here, no, I didn't like it. I didn't switch off from anything. I didn't feel like I had that buffer zone. And the gym provided that buffer zone. But I think that's made the gym manageable in the evenings is making myself leave on time. It's making myself not work really long hours, realising that I need to be stricter with myself, because I have a tendency to push myself too hard and do too many things all at once, which works out sometimes, but didn't work out before, and has never worked out in any educational thing that I've ever done. It has never worked out. At uni, I used to try so hard and put so much pressure on myself to be perfect and get all of these grades and work every hour under the sun, because I didn't feel like I had enough time. But I need to let go of that mindset of feeling like I have to fit everything in all at once, because it's exhausting. Like, I'm tired all the time when doing that. And so having that stiller time in the evening after I've come back from the gym has been massive. And you know what? I've had so much more energy to do other things. Like, I've made so much, like, do something exciting with the podcast, and I've been wanting to do it for ages, and I've just never made time for it. And now, because I'm finishing work earlier and I'm going to the gym and I'm coming back and there's just more time in the day, I have more energy to do things and I'm sleeping enough, I just feel happier. I just feel overall happier. And you know what? It's really nice. So I did start to get a little bit worried. I was a bit concerned, because I think everyone thinks when you move to London that this hair mask, by the way, is great. Oh, so when you're in menopause, I'm not in menopause, but it's a great hair mask. Anyway, I realised that, lost my train of thought. Proper lost it. Hair mask, menopause, not needing to fit a million trillion tasks in, feeling happy. Oh, London. I think a lot of people put London on this like pedestal of what it's going to be like when you're here. The thing is, it is great, and I love my life here, and it is really fun, and there's so many things to do, but you do get into your routine of what you're doing. And the thing is, it is exhausting. It is exhausting constantly being on the go. It's exhausting having that many people around you and taking the tube everywhere and constantly spending money. And you can sometimes feel like you're in the rat race, because you go on the tube and everyone else is around you in their work clothes, and it's very corporate. And especially because I work in Liverpool Street, like ultimate corporate. And so making time in those smaller moments to actually just let myself do what I want to do has been massive. Realising I have free will, I am actually allowed to do what I want, has been massive. I never realised I was putting myself under so much pressure to do all of these jobs when I didn't want to do them. And that's why the habits never stuck. And I know some habits should stick and you should carry going to, like exercising is important, going outside, important, journaling, important. I enjoy all of those things. What I don't enjoy is waking up really early to go to the gym before work. No, I've never enjoyed it ever in my life. I just felt good doing it because I freed up more time in the evening. But like, to do what? I can't have plans in the evening because I get too overwhelmed because it's too much going on. And so it makes sense to do the gym then. And I think this is the thing. You feel like you need to do 1,000 trillion different things at once, but you don't. And I wish I'd realised that sooner. Wish I had. But I haven't, and I've realised it now, and I'm still young. 23. That's a baby. 23. 24, still young. 25, still young. All of these things like things in my life, I'm still very, very young. And so this week, I've been finishing work on time. I've been going outside for a walk in my lunch break. Life-changing. Who'd have thought it? Walking, hey? Who would have thought it? Life-changing. I've also been going to the gym after work, letting myself sleep and giving myself a bit more free will, not putting so much pressure on myself to do absolutely everything. And guys, I feel happy again. Okay? Which is a big thing. And so let's spend the weekend together, trying to rejuvenate my life. But this weekend we're not drinking. Yeah, so we're not going to drink. I'm going to go to Primrose Hill tomorrow, and we're going to record the podcast now, and I'm excited. But anyway, I love you. Enjoy the rest of the vlog, and I wonder what we'll get up to. I wonder what I'll get up to on Sunday. I can't run because I fucked my knee, so that's a bit of an issue. Anyway, it's a year ago last weekend that I did the half marathon. Time flies.
Now, don't laugh at how quickly that no drinking thing goes out of the window, because we did only have a couple of glasses and we were recording the podcast, and I was just like, it's going to make it more fun, and it did make it more fun. Anyway, we played Mario Party. I lost dramatically, but no hangover because only 2 glasses of wine. It was perfect. I think I have found the cheat code. Anyway, this facial massager, I have been doing this since Face Gym posted it, like went back in like 2019 when I was in my last year of uni. I've done it consistently and I'm obsessed.
We had such a nice phone call because we haven't really been talking loads recently because life's just been so busy. Both of us working like long hours. But it was nice. I feel like this is the thing when you're in a long distance relationship, is like you can't force phone calls. You're just gonna have them when they happen, because the thing is, like, there's so many other things going on that it's just hard to fit everything in all at once. It is tricky to do everything for everyone. And that's okay. No one's expecting you to. You just have to do what you can with what you have. That would be my biggest tip of advice. But anyway, we did end up drinking last night. A glass of wine. Because we were recording the podcast and I was like, this would be more fun with a glass of wine. And it was more fun. Not that the thing is though, I never normally, I think when I'm on my own it's fine, but I felt a bit nervous talking in front of people. Like I got a bit like about it, and so no. But it was a good episode. It's an hour long though, and I have to edit it. It's a bit. I hate the editing part. I'm not a fan, to be honest. Anyway, I've run out of milk, so I've got to have a black coffee. But there are worse things. There are worse things in the world than bringing the top up because this will not be sufficient.
Now, I can't record me actually choosing my outfit because I'll actually never get anywhere because I'll just be thinking about actually taking photos. I have to be very conscious when I'm getting ready and recording content that I'm not just focusing on recording content because everyone knows I take ages to get ready. I'm not a quick getting ready person. I'm just not like it, and I've realised I actually really enjoy getting ready, and I think this has been a thing of like trying to make myself happy and work out how I can be happy, is making those small moments purposeful, is making them time that is carved out for me in ways that I can prioritise my mental health and make me feel way less anxious.
Lip balm. It was a bit pricey. £17, but I got it half price and that's why I bought it, and honestly I really like it. It's lovely. It's like a lip mask lip balm. Would definitely recommend. We're gonna go to Portobello Road Market and we're gonna go to Primrose Hill and we're gonna just have a little mooch, little city date. I think we're gonna go to Rinkoff's as well, which is the best bakery in the entire world. I might get a bagel. Yeah, I'm gonna get a bagel. I've been spending quite a lot of money recently and I don't really know what on. I have nothing to show for it, but an empty bank account. It's okay though, we move. Anyway, I was working on something exciting this morning, which none of you know about, which is exciting, and I'm going to share it soon. Watch. Oh, see, this is what I do. I leave bits of drinks in the end of cups and then it just goes everywhere. Anyway, I need to go. Let's go to the market.
Now, the next little thing is getting out of my head, realising that the world is bigger, because look at these tiny little pastries. I got myself a coffee, I got myself a bagel, because I just was like, you know what? It makes me feel like everything in life is good again when I start doing like little treat me things. And we're not talking about spending loads and loads of money. We're not blowing the budget. It's just been like, you know what? Yes, I'm going to allow myself to buy this coffee, not always feeling guilty about spending money. Now, I did buy myself this little ring because it's from Portobello Market, and I was like, you know what? You kind of go with my new vibe that I'm going for my rings, because I just lost one and I'm really sad about it. It was when I was anxious, I was fiddling and I just dropped it. I don't really know where it went. Anyway, then we went for this Venezuelan food called Narapa. 10 out of 10, would definitely recommend. We were trying to look for ABBA, couldn't find it, and then look, I've signed this. I don't know where it's going to go. You've got Mellors on there somewhere as well, so that's just going to be there forever. Now, Jen is the fastest walker known to man. I've never seen a single person walk as fast as she can, and she was making sure we caught that bus. We did miss the bus, but it's fine. We got the train instead, and it actually worked out past her. Anyway, then I needed a little boost, a little something to keep me a little bit awake, and that coffee, £1.25, 10 out of 10, was a bit better than Rinkoff's one, I can't lie. Anyway, now we're on Sunday because I did forget to record.
A podcast instead of TikTok videos now. I've been so shit at recording things today. I'm so sorry, but like I just couldn't face this as well as editing all of the content. Oh, there's someone stood there. I look like I'm watching her. There's just so much content to edit in the podcast took ages. But anyway, I'm gonna go get myself some things at dinner, and then we're gonna go to the pub, which will be nice. We're gonna go see my housemate. I suddenly realised I felt very anxious, and it's probably because I haven't eaten. So I'm making my lunch for tomorrow, whilst also making some avocado toast. Because if there's one thing I have learned, is I get anxious when I also feel very shaky. Like, look at that. That's bad. I'm definitely hungry.
Now, when I say this was a productive day, like I don't think you understand. A 2-hour podcast, I then had to edit all of my content, record all of my content, because I was meant to go to Manchester on Tuesday. That didn't happen. I'm now going on Thursday. Long story short, but it's fine. I just put too much pressure on myself to do too many things, and it just got all quite overwhelming, I can't lie. And then I realised I'd been sat in bed for 4 hours doing podcast stuff. It's basically a full-time job at this point. Like, it's basically my new character trait, but you know what? I like it. And I think that's another thing about making my mental health feel good, is giving myself space to enjoy these things and realising that the world is bigger than the things that are stressing me out. Letting myself take a moment and making sure that I go to the pub and spend time with my friends and not get too pigeonholed on one thing. Because if I have a toxic trait, it's getting hyper-focused on everything in my life. I've noticed things start getting tricky when I don't notice the little things. When I don't take a moment to look at the sunset, and I don't take a moment to look at the canal, and I don't take a moment just to appreciate the little things that make life feel really, really, really great.